Well, I think our next premier needs to be from Alberta. It doesn't matter where you lay your head down. It matters how you lead. But having said that, I have lived all across the provinces because I had a banking career prior to getting into international sales and spent 15 years doing business in over 20 countries around the world. In fact, a couple of the countries that I think your readers are involved in, the Philippines and areas in that neck of the woods. Did a lot of food and feed trade in Central and South America, and a little bit of business in Southeast Asia. So I have a balance of business skills and getting things accomplished in government. We accomplished Campus Alberta. I was the minister in charge during the BSE, the cases 3 through 13, Rural Development Strategy, Biofuels Program, Alberta Innovates. So I learned how to get things accomplished in government. So now, with the business experience and the government experience, that's why I believe that I have that skill set, because it's going to require somebody who can bring a team together and come out with collaborative action. Well, you know what? Alberta is a diverse place, and even more so today than it was even when I grew up. And that's a very positive thing in my view, because we're a global player in so many ways. We're a global player in energy. We're a global player in agriculture. We're a global player in healthcare solutions, environmental solutions. These are areas where we want to lead on a world stage. So to have a diverse population can be incredibly important if we learn how to leverage that, and we all learn how to look outward, not inward. So that's why we talked about, too, part of the reason why we talked about an immigration agreement of our own, tailored for Alberta's needs with Ottawa. You mentioned earlier on temporary foreign workers. I'm not a big fan of temporary foreign workers, to be honest with you. I know that there's opportunities for us to do that, and that's not why I'm saying I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan because I don't want Alberta to become a place where you come, make your money, and you go home. I want Alberta to be the place where you come, you make your home, and you make your own history, and you set roots out, and you achieve your dreams. But to do that, we need new Albertans. We need to attract hundreds of thousands of new Albertans over the course of the next 5 to 10 years. And to do that, we need an immigration agreement that's tailored to our needs, and we need programs and services that help new Albertans when they're here.
Okay. What kind of programs and services would you consider important for new Albertans, or maybe even existing Albertans, or the cultural communities that they belong to?
Well, I think, Bow Valley does a tremendous job of upgrading of English as a second language, of the prior learning assessment review that they do. That's the kind of thing that will help new Albertans with, living in a Canadian society if they're not used to that, or living in an English society if they're not used to an English society. And I think that's tremendously important. The faster that we can give them the tools to succeed, the better we all are off. And I think that's part of it. The other part of it is we need to reach out into those communities and say, you know what, we need to start talking to the post-secondaries in those other areas about, one of the ideas that I had floated some time ago was we get a lot of LPNs out of, or nursing students out of the Philippines. And the idea was, what about taking the second year of the course there and turning that into the Canadian Alberta course? In other words, when they graduate there, they're fully qualified to come and work here with the certificate, and they've already done a year's worth of immigration work before they even got here. That was before I started talking about an immigration agreement, but it's that kind of thing that we should be actively engaged in discussions on.
Absolutely. The last 2 points of your expanding population are two things that I really like: the foreign academic equivalency programs and job transferability. And when you're talking about LPNs, that's really exciting for sure.
Well, yeah, and it's frustrating because we created Campus Alberta. Campus Alberta is to be so that you can start your education dreams anywhere in the province and finish anywhere in the province. Well, why would that be different if we have somebody coming in from outside of Canada? Let's take a look at how do we accredit, and if we can't accredit, let's get them up to snuff. Well, I can tell you why I think they should, and that is around the first theme of our platform or our campaign, which is unite the party. And I want to unite our party around the values and principles that we have, and we want to make every decision that we make should be through the lens of those values and principles. And I think that's the change that Albertans are wanting us to make, is change the way we make decisions. When Peter Lougheed, and I know many of your readers probably wouldn't recognize the name or probably weren't here when Peter Lougheed really took the PC party to its next level. They decided that if it has value, if it's for the future of the province, if it builds, if it helps, in a compassionate way, then we should do it. And the money will follow, and the money's there. And I think that's the kind of thing that we need to come back to. So I would encourage your readers to take a look at the PC website and see if those values and principles resonate with them. And if the values and principles resonate with them, then buy a membership and exercise an opportunity to vote for the next leader, who will then become the next premier. Well, I think Alberta needs to be an open and embracing province, because we are playing on a global stage in everything that we do. And we want to lead on a world stage, not only in education and healthcare and energy and environmental solutions, but also in being the kind of place that you want to come to and make your home.